Welcome to Point Blank Period, Point Blank Period,
Point blank period.
Point blank period.
Point Blank Period. No pressure.
Can't have a baseball conversation without bringing up Otani.
He's a great pitcher and a power hitter. Yo, this man's top 5.
I'm still taking today's NFL.
I'm going with the Niners.
None of them are better than Brady.
This is your argument?
No, what I'm saying is, who's MVP? Do they not matter no more?
Like, everything you said before that point is irrelevant.
Not how the NFL works, baby. We drafted your replacement already. So
I don't got to talk to no peon.
why not just come back and prove?
This time he really going off. Fireworks.
Because we can't argue facts. What I told you when you got involved with this.
This
Grown
is
man business. Grown man business.
All right, so we're going to get to the next topic. I'm going to start with you, Mr. Amari. On one side, you got football, and Mr. KD got basketball. So since this episode 25 is fall, it's time to ball. So let's go ball. We're going to try to figure out right now, what is the best fall sport? Amari got football, Mr. KD got basketball. It's on you, Mr. Amari.
So I think it's evident that football is the better fall sport, being that the viewership for football way beyond subsedes what the NBA's viewership is, and whether that's TV viewership or overall attendance at games, it's way up and above. The largest NBA arena seats only 20,917, if I'm correct, and that is United Center. Whereas the largest NFL arena, being MetLife, seats 82,500 people, which can also get up because MetLife can expand, can go up to 100,000. So that overall is just beyond that. And then, like I said, NFL regular season game and TV viewership, 15 million views, whereas an NBA regular season game only has 1.4 million. It does not come close. America's pastime, if not baseball, is football. It will not be basketball. It is.
That was cute. All the numbers you brought up with the viewership and the packed stadiums and everything like that. And I can't argue that because those are facts. You can't argue facts. That's one of my mottos. But what I'm going to say is basketball is the better fall sport because that's my point of argument, and that's what I'm going to say. Why is it the better? When we speak football, you're known for owning Sundays. Fall is a season. It's not just Sundays. It's 7 days a week. You got basketball, multiple games every day of the week once they get going. I don't have to wait till Monday night football. I don't have to wait till Thursday night and think if I got Amazon Prime. And then
you host more games because you need the views to make your games matter.
No, I host more games because logically we have more.
Because you need to make your games matter.
We have a longer season. So that's why I have to do more games. But as far as basketball, like I said, you can pick and choose. You got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We have something for you every day of the week.
I mean, football season.
He's nervous. You see, he keeps interjecting. He's nervous.
No.
Nervous.
Nervous about what? Football season, like you said. You said you're primarily known for Sundays. We have Sunday. Not even just to throw this out. Middle school football starts on Wednesday.
Oh, I see where we're going.
Thursday, Friday, college is Saturday, and we have Sunday. So from Wednesday to Sunday.
Red flag. Hey, let the ref step in. You can't do that. Step in.
From Wednesday to Sunday, there's football on.
I'm gonna have to speak my truth.
I have Sunday, Monday, Thursday. They have Friday games time to time and Saturday games.
If the ref don't step in and say something, I'm gonna speak my truth.
Speak your truth, because our referee has not said anything because he knows these are facts. And
in basketball, outside of, like I said, the any nights you want a game, we have multiple options for you. It's just a more intimate environment. We don't have 22 guys on the field. We have 10 guys on the court at once. We don't have yards of separation between us and the audience. We have floor seats where you can actually dap up the fans as you make a huge play in the magnitude of these big games. It's temperature control, which works to the favor of basketball and football. It depends on your perspective of what you say. But to basketball, it's temperature control. We're not never going to have to worry about what's going on outside or what can hinder this game. This game is going on regardless. So basketball is my favorite sport to play. So I stand firm on this argument of basketball being a better fall sport than football.
I don't necessarily see that basketball being the better fall sport. Being former college athlete, former college football player at that, um, I see the highs and the lows of football being in the fall. As you said, being temperature controlled. It depends on the environment in which you are in, or I would say the facilities that you do maintain as a program. But it can be deemed unsafe in some weather conditions for football. But the overall energy that you get from a football game, the rowdiness, the just animalistic feeling that you get from quite literally
Well,
taking
this is
one
sport.
man and
This is
moving
sport,
him. This is
not
a
the zoo.
sport.
Yeah, not the
No,
zoo.
this
This is
yeah,
sports.
you're right. But
So you don't
this
get
is
bonuses
where
for animals. This
you
ain't the
don't
zoo.
get bonuses for animals, but you get those players bonuses for being their most primal on that field.
No, we
And
not
that's
getting bonuses for animals.
exactly what you're coming to see every single time. Every time
We're
that you put on that
professionals. We're
Bengals
professionals.
jersey on Sunday, and you're looking for Trey Hendrickson to go primal on the
We're,
other team's quarterback.
we're professionals over here in basketball. We're not animals.
We're professionals. Oh, actually, that's crazy because Draymond Green has definitely done a lot of things that you would say are pretty animalistic. But hey, to each their own. Rasheed Wallace, but um, we can. I mean, football
Professionals.
has their own. I mean, hey, I guess just because you wear suits and go to the game, don't mean that you're a professional when you do it.
Y'all wear wife beaters and it's no uniform. It's no
Do I have to pull up a Kyle Kuzma outfit?
You're not wearing what these guys walk in wearing.
You're right. He walking in there with a pink flamingo wrapped around him, trying to put up 20.
Yeah. Kyle Kuzma is a bad example.
Mr. KD, let me ask you this question. Not just which one better. Which one do you have to be a better athlete to play, basketball or football?
Football.
I can actually say I really think that depending on what you play in football, you have to be a better athlete. But I think the overall better athletes are in basketball.
No, the better athletes are in basketball. He said, what do you need to be a better athlete in? So I feel like
Oh,
football. I think if you're a better athlete in football, your ceiling is higher. You can be uber athletic in basketball and be trash. So that's what I'm saying. When he said need, it's football.
yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, okay. To that question, to just to emphasize that word, because like you said, the word need changes that entire question.
Not to
So
pinpoint the guy or shoot a shot at him, but Gerald Green is uber athletic. What did that get him?
yeah, Gerald Green, 2K14 legend.
Derrick Jones Jr. is uber athletic. What did that get him? That's what I'm saying. When we
Slam dunk
talk about
champion.
uber athletes in football, what we talk about? DK Metcalf or Jamar Chase, or when we talk about uber athletes in football, these are the guys.
Yeah, they're that guy, at least
Aiden Hutchinson,
in their
Miles Garrett,
department.
like these are the guys. Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Amari, let me ask you something. And also, you can be super athletic and be Travis Hunter and do nothing. But let me ask you something,
Did
Mr.
you see the
Amari.
play he made?
Who? Yeah, I know. Only one highlight the whole season.
No.
Who would be
What?
able to transition easier, football players to basketball or basketball players to football? And then it's on you after Amari, Mr. KD.
Me personally, I've always stood on the table to say that a basketball player with true determination they can excel in transition when it turns to the football field, because there are numerous basketball players turn tight ends and they end up being Hall of Famers. Um, I believe one being Antonio Gates never never played a down of college football, but definitely ends up being a Hall of Fame tight end. So it's an easier transition for them, being that you've already are used to pretty much using post moves and uh bodying somebody out, using your frame against somebody, to now it's the same thing, but now you're just targeting an even smaller ball. So I do think basketball is a lot easier to transition to football than for football to transition to basketball. I feel like you're just overly aggressive trying to get on the basketball court at that point. Eddie?
Yeah, it's basically a segue from the last question you asked. It's going to be easier for basketball to transfer to football because the athletic ability transfers easier to the football game. The only real hurdle they would have to jump is the mentality point. But as far as them being the uber athlete in basketball, it'll be easy for them to translate into football. And a scheme or team game plan can magnify their athletic ability alone. So
And Mr. KD, that's what before we this is gonna be the last one before we get to the next topic. That right there, I think, separates football and basketball in particular. For basketball players to go to football, to have that what Mr. Murray called barbaric mentality. So, what do you think? How hard do you think that it would be for Rondo or Kevin Durant or LeBron James? You name the person, it doesn't matter. Draymond Green, anybody want to name? Or just them overall, how hard would you think for it be for them to transition to basketball and take on that mentality? In the words of Marshawn Lynch, I'm gonna run across your face over and over and over and over and over again. What do you think it takes? I was on you, Mr. Mark. I'm Mr. KD.
it's going to be a hard trade. It's going to be a hard adjustment for either side. Like I said, it'll be easier for basketball, but it's not going to be easy. They still have to get accustomed to constant physicality on every play. They have to get accustomed to the way the basketball game is right now. They don't want any physicality, to be honest. Well, it doesn't seem that way. So they would have to be accustomed to every play ending with physicality. So that would change the dynamic immensely. So it's going to be a huge adjustment for either side. I don't see no basketball player right now that I can say, oh, he can slide into football and be dominant um, instantly, so to say, or vice versa, football to basketball. It's just you do what you do and I do what I do. And the real thing is you've been doing it for such amount of time that it's not going to be an easy adjustment in any case. So it's tremendously hard to go either way. And it's not just strategic or specific to football, basketball. It's if baseball, hockey, it's any sport. Once you've been doing something for so long, it's going to be hard to make an adjustment, mentality wise, physicality wise, and skillfully wise.
But Mr. KD, when you just brought up hockey, it made me think about something. They make a transition to football. They may not have the skill sets. I'm talking about the mentality only. They make. I was just
When
watching the
you
football
separate,
game, and they had the hockey guys there. All everybody on the hockey team missing their front
once
row.
you separate it, that loses your value of your point you're making. You can't just say the mental part is enough. No, you have to have the mental part, the skill part, the physical part. Like all of that has to capitalize on what you need to make that jump. So their mentality might be closer for the transfer, but the skill won't. The athletic ability won't. So the mentality and physicality might. It's like it's a full
Actually,
spectrum.
I'm gonna solidify your point because of two of the people that he used in his examples. One being Draymond Green, who actually did play collegiate football at the University of Michigan State and transitioned to being an NBA basketball player. So that right there lets you know that it cannot be done. It is the mental, and you do need that. He didn't have the mental. He didn't
Yeah,
have
you need it
the
all.
the true want to want to do that. But on the basketball court, he's too aggressive. So there's no middle lane for him. Because when you go on football, now you're being bullied. But when you go on the basketball court, you're the bully.
Come out here
Like I
with
said,
these.
in
Come out here with these
football,
three thirty.
there's the main rule in football, which makes everybody, and like I said, it's the mental thing, is to take one man against his will and move him, and there's nothing he can do about it. Draymond Green couldn't live up to that aspect. That's why he plays in the NBA.
Made a great decision.
LeBron played football as well. He chose that decision because he's seen what his life could be in the NBA. There's two different outcomes. Draymond had it. He was there at the D1 level and had it,
You're
and
not
chose
getting
to opt
20
out.
year. You're not getting 20+ year careers out of the NFL. You're not getting that. That's
Are we
if you.
are we missing the fact that there are people that have done that? There's an actual
I'm
dude
not saying.
live just
I'm
doing
not
that right
saying.
now.
I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying the likelihood of it is very slim.
Yeah,
Uh,
the like it's because especially I will say to even more aid the Draymond Green point, like he played tight end. There's not many tight ends in general that even come close to a 20-year career unless you're Mercedes Lewis. Mercedes Lewis is the only person to even come close to a 20-year career. And I believe he actually did reach 20, but he's the only person to come close. So it's not a high standard because, like you said, you're not getting 20-year careers just handed to you like you sadly can in the NBA if you are a
way more,
decent
way
enough
more
player.
2-3 year careers than there is 20s.
Yeah, it's
All right. So we're gonna get to the next topic, but before we get there, I think Mr. Amari brought up a good point when he brought up Draymond Green. And in words of Zebo, see in football, the bullies bully the bullies. See in basketball, you can be the biggest bully. You can be Draymond. You can go out there, kick people in the groin, all that. He would have did that one time in football, and they would have popped the Red Sea on him. So I'm gonna
It's
go to
not
you,
even
Mr.
about bullies in football. He don't have to be a bully. He's just
Yeah,
330 pounds. Like he
yeah,
don't have
that's
to
what
be
I'm
a bully.
saying. Yeah. It's a pecking order. So when you walk in the locker room, you see it. It's a pecking order.